Alright guys, I should be back. Sorry about that. OBS crashed and the Restream server crashed as well, it seems. I cannot connect to Restream, which is what I was using to stream to YouTube. It's a separate server, so I stream to that server, then that goes to YouTube. In my case, it was the best way to avoid any problems, but it happened the opposite. Just the server crashed, it seems. OBS couldn't connect to that server. So yeah, as I was saying a second ago, yeah, there it is. As I was saying, it crashed due to the Restream server. They couldn't connect to it. I lost connection to that for some reason, and OBS crashed, so it was perfect. So as I was saying, I was tweaking some settings, trying to be over 30 frames per second, because the game dropped below 30 on the maximum settings. So I was tweaking a little bit here. As you can see, sorry about that, the crash. It wasn't expected. I'm lowering the shadow precision, like functions, I'm not sure what that is. And yeah. So let me lower a couple extra things here, just in case. Let's see if something happens with this. Let me check it again. Yeah, the post-processing quality for some reason didn't change. Not sure what's up with that. I mean, I change it here. Let me see if it changed. It stays the same. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, yeah, this should be pretty much medium. Let's go with medium. And okay, it's a little better. Still not perfect though. Let's loot this house. Yes, you can see the shadows are blockier and all that. Thank you, Mindless T. Much appreciated. The only thing that makes a bigger difference, pretty much the render resolution. Yeah, I could see that. Now that I was testing a little bit. I was, yeah, having some trouble the first time I ran the game. But still, I tried to change the settings. It makes sense, this being in early access though, due to those issues. But yeah, render resolution should make a difference. Some people that played it say that. Maybe you play the game. Which is unfortunate. Hopefully they fix that. Because that's kind of bad, I'd say. I mean, I tried it on the 1080 Ti before the stream, and I had 60 frames per second max settings, but lowering the settings to the minimum didn't make a huge difference. And there was some stutter to be had there. Some scissors. Let's see. Nothing. But yeah, after this I'll try 900p, let's see what happens. Está muy mal optimizado, sobre todo con el Pentium y la E50 de GB. Sí, por supuesto, no lo dudo en lo absoluto. Someone was saying in Spanish that this runs very bad, especially on the G4560 plus GTX 1050 2GB, which makes sense. I mean, the VRAM usage is very high, the CPU usage is as well, and this is a quad-core CPU. So yeah, it was to be expected that it's running this way. If that's, yeah, if someone is saying that the G4560 has trouble. And I'm not sure why there are zombies here, but it seems that medium settings is much more stable, at least right now. Oh great. Alright. Oh man, this is terrible. And where's my... Yeah, I had a wrench and I lost it. And he's fighting in slow motion. Come on. Oh god. Yeah, I'm doing clicking, but he's not attacking. Not enough stamina, I guess. Yeah. Let's just stay away a bit. And punch. Nope. Almost there. Come on. Yeah, I'm about to die. Perfect, so I can start all over again. GT 1030 will get like 5 more frames. What do you mean? Iría bien en una 750 Ti y un i3 7100. Debería ir bastante peor. No confiaría que llegara a 1080p 30 fps, pero nunca se sabe. Will you test GTX 1063X with this game? Maybe next week, we'll see. But I'm doubting right now, because there's not much to tweak. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to tweak, but there's not enough of a difference in performance. I mean, I changed from the maximum to this, and we won like 5 extra frames. That's kind of disappointing. We're clearly not here for the gameplay. Of course, when you subscribe to my channel, you're not there for the gameplay. That's why I do performance videos. But yeah. I mean, just look at the combat was really weird. And my character has very low stamina. I threw like 3 punches and I ran out of stamina. It was, yeah, weird. Like yeah, not a normal person at all. 3 punches and oh man, I'm tired. Oh man. I mean, I don't think that's realistic enough. But hey. Cheers from Brazil, cheers from Uruguay, my Brazilian neighbor. Yeah, that's you. Is it possible to hit around 60 frames per second with F50 Ti and i3? I don't think so. I'm having a lot of trouble hitting 30 already, maybe at 720p, but yeah, let's quickly lower the resolution to 720 using the resolution scale. So, yes, not 70. But yeah, this should be below 720, should be. And we're not hitting 60, over 50, yeah. But yeah, not quite. Yeah, this will be, let's go back up. I'll lower the resolution later. Maybe without the render scale option, by lowering the actual resolution, it makes a bigger difference. Some games have that problem. On PUBG, I was lowering the resolution scale, thinking it was the same as lowering the resolution. And on that game, the performance was very different, so I might have to restart the game for a resolution change. Can you try those settings? Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to... Yeah, but I think that this is a good enough representation of what medium settings does. We're over 30, sometimes we drop to 29. But I didn't reach any major place with many buildings. I don't think there is. Well, there is some there, I can see it in the map, but I'm not sure when I'm standing over there. So yeah. Yeah, I'll lower the settings now to low. Give me 1 second. But yeah, it's kind of insane. Let's put here low in the status. Low. And okay. Dynamic shadows on low, post-processing. Yeah, that doesn't change even if I save the settings. Effects, medium is the lowest. Render resolution, let's keep it the same. Draw distance on low. Foliage on low. Shadow precision on lowest, so there are no shadows. Wonderful. So this shouldn't do anything at all. The shadow resolution. Distance fills shadows off. There shouldn't be any anyways. Refraction on low. Everything turned off. High quality materials, no thanks. I might need to restart the game for this though. We'll see. Low, color range off. Bloom lowest. Lowest. And live shafts off. Yeah, okay. And at lowest, as you can see, there are no shadows. So yeah, we get a 10 FPS boost without shadows and the rest lowered to the minimum. So yeah, here's the lowest settings. This reminds me of PUBG without shadows on early access. The game used to have no shadows on the lowest, I remember that. So yeah. Yeah, 30 FPS on low, but 25 to 30 on the highest, so it wasn't a huge difference anyways. Let's let him walk for a bit, he's very tired. Yeah, the 750 Ti probably won't do 1080p. Probably. Maybe 720p or 900p. But yeah. Kinda disappointing, I have to say. But still. So yeah, let's do 900p. I'll put everything up again. Let's put epic with the textures on high. I saw that epic textures use more than 4 gigs of VRAM. So yeah, this should be maxed out, almost there. Like functions on, foliage, blah blah blah. Alright, let's stay with this. And the motion blur, look at this motion blur. It's beautiful motion blur. So I'll be switching to 900. Give me 1 second, guys, because I gotta go back to the desktop to change the resolution. Let me turn off the motion blur. My brain hates it, sorry. My English broke. So let's put 900p epic or ultra. Ultra is a better word. And I'll quit the game. Yes. So if we go into the config file, as you can see here, I gotta force, for some reason it says 1600 by 1000. It was 1080p. So 1600 by 900. But you have to force it over here, kind of disappointing. Let me see if this was 900, 1600, and yeah, I think that'll do. We save, and we launch the game again. It takes a little bit to launch, but yeah, motion blur. In this game, it's camera motion blur, so it's kind of annoying. Motion blur sponsored by Vaseline. 1440 by 900, good resolution. Yes, 900p, but on 16 by 10. Let me check this again. Yeah, the game is running. Good. I'm waiting for it to finish loading. Okay. So this should be 900p. For some reason this is, yeah, it seems to be wrong. If I change it, it probably break. Now I just did nothing. So let me continue. All right. Let me see. If it's the same, it's not probably 900p, so I'll have to force 720. But that's alright. Okay, let it... Yeah, this is the same as before. So I was probably doing a mix between something between 1080 and 900p. The game though looks very sharp, so not sure what resolution this is. So I won't be able to do 900p, unfortunately. I have to do 720. That sucks. Even if I put 1080, it will force 720, so that usually happens on Unreal Engine 4 games on my capture card. So I have to change the my capture card settings. 1 second, guys. I'll put 720. And here we are. Alright, so this is 720p. Let me change this right here. I put 720p Ultra. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was using something close to 1080p or 1080p, I'm not sure yet, but this is 720. Let me change the settings. High. Yeah. Alright. Foliage on high, motion blur off. Motion blur in this game is, yeah, very nausea. Yeah, it will make you very nauseous. Sorry, I hiccuped. Then, yeah, everything is maxed out, it seems. So we apply the settings. And this is 720 maximum settings, or close to maximum settings. I just lowered the, what's the name of this? The textures from epic to high in order to not run out of VRAM. Well, remember, yeah, like some people are saying, this is early access, so this should be improved as time goes on. This is already one of the best-selling games from Devolver, it seems, the fast-selling game on Steam, the fastest on release. But yeah, I could only do something that was between 1080p and 900p as a resolution before, and 720p was the other thing I could do, because my capture card with Unreal Engine 4 games, sometimes when they force some kind of resolution, whoa, that was rough. I cannot force 1080p or anything like that, kind of weird, but it happens sometimes. Pick up. Good stuff. No items. I really like for just turn off motion blur. Yeah, in this game it's very annoying. If it was per object motion blur or something like that, it wouldn't bother me so much. But since it was camera motion blur, which was, yeah, the camera motion blur is very aggressive in this game. So I was getting a little dizzy with it. But yeah, lower settings, shadows turns them off. Yeah, if you lower the settings to the minimum, shadows are non-existent, which makes the game look significantly worse, but you get like 10 FPS boost, which is always good to see if you prefer to just, I don't know, have maximum visibility. Something here, nope. A thread. Not sure why would I need that. This game has good animations like bolting, popping. Yeah, I agree. But the fighting is a little slow, the animation. It feels like slow motion sometimes. This is, oh, shoes. There we go. No, this, I see. Okay. Looks like PUBG. Well, it's nothing like PUBG. It's completely different. It might look because it's third person in a place where there's no civilization going on, but trust me, it's not like PUBG at all. It's very different. Nothing here. Okay. Let's keep going. What's more important, graphics or resolution? Well, it depends on the game. Usually when I try to... That stutter was insane. Okay, as I was saying, graphics or resolution, it depends on the game. Usually if it's a competitive game, I try to get a good frame rate with a decent resolution. For example, on PUBG, to bring up PUBG, why not? I try to have the highest resolution possible while trying to maintain a decent frame rate, for example on 1080p. So I use a mix between medium and low settings, so I can have very high frame rates, good visibility due to the resolution. On Rainbow Six Siege I do the same thing. Sometimes I try to keep the resolution a little high, then a little over 1080p. Then I lower the settings to have better visibility indoors, because that game, if you enable ambient occlusion on Siege, it's very hard to see in some places, because ambient occlusion just darkens the environment the corners of walls, for example. So if someone is hiding, it will be much darker, which means it will be harder to spot them. And since we're trying to see in the distance sometimes when aiming with your gun and all that, I try to have a native resolution or a little higher, as I said. So it depends on the game. If it's a third-person single-player game, I just use better graphics, and that's about it. Because you're not trying to be competitive about it. It's just a single-player game. So yeah, that's my opinion. Resolution versus graphics versus frame rate. It depends on the game. Personal preference. Do you know what the game is about? Is multiplayer? Oh, 1 second, guys. I have to show this comment because if you write SCUM in the in the chat, YouTube will mark it as spam because you wrote yeah, a vulgar word, I would say. Oh yeah, every time you write SCUM in the chat, it will censor it, which is hilarious. Just 720p medium. Yes, I will. Give me a little more time. I'm trying to find something so this guy can eat, at least. This poor guy. Is a 1050 Ti future-proof? No. Well, of course. Future-proof is a complicated word, I would say. At the moment it runs games decently. Hopefully the GTX 2050 or 2050 Ti, whatever the name of the card is much faster. So we get a better bang for the buck. But yeah, considering the performance, if you're fine with 30 frames per second, it should last long enough, I guess. We'll find out once the future arrives, of course. Scissors, painkillers. I cannot grab them. Take medication. I might not have enough space. No, I don't. Okay. There we go. Take medication. No, I don't need it. Quick access. Okay, so on 3 I have my medications. Beautiful. I can search this. I think the GT 1030 will run this in single digits. Yeah, probably. But you can always lower the resolution. I remember this is early access, so it's going to improve. Probably. I like to wish it will improve. But many games in early access improve with time, so just be patient. Right now, though, I'm doubting if I will make the normal videos on this, since I cannot do 900p or all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll see. But when you're out in the wilderness, I mean very close to a lot of foliage and all that, in the middle of the forest, it drops quite hard. I mean here I'm at 60, but once I'm looking at trees or a lot of foliage, it drops into the 40s, which is to be expected, the difference there. But it's a big difference. So I would take the foliage as the stress test, at least for now. Is this build enough for Premiere? Yes, of course, you can do Premiere just fine. You can even use the integrated graphics card in the i3 to render faster, so it won't be perfect. It won't be the fastest rendering machine for video editing, but you can do video editing if you want. I even did video editing on a Ryzen 3 1200, a quad-core CPU as well, and it was editing just fine. As long as you manage your expectations, you can do it. But remember, in the past, when I just started the channel, like I think 3 or 4 years ago, yeah, 4 years ago, man, time flies, I was editing with an i3 4150, and that's a 2-core 4-thread CPU. And it was, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but you could edit just fine. There's a 5GB 1060, yes, there is, but in China. Remember, NVIDIA has memory compression technology. Yes, that's true. But it seems like some marketing stuff to me sometimes. But yeah, let's switch to medium settings. Medium settings should be a good idea. So dynamic shadows, let's put medium. Effects on medium. Textures, let's keep them the same. Distance on medium. Foliage, let's keep it on low. There's still some foliage going on there. Like functions off, not sure what that is. Then shadow precision on medium. Shadow resolution on half, so 2048. Distance fill shadows, let's enable them. Ambient occlusion turn off. Refraction on medium. Reflection environment mapping. Let me see if it makes a difference in performance. It didn't seem to, so let's keep it enabled. Translucency, ball and blur, let's keep that off. High detail materials, let's turn them off. Depth of field, medium. You're gonna go below medium, unfortunately. Lens flares. Yeah, you won't notice a big difference with this, I guess. So I'm not sure why you can tweak the quality of it, but that's alright. Bloom on medium, tone mapper on medium. Light shafts, let's turn them off. And yeah, let's keep this on medium. I'll turn this off too. Nah, I changed my mind. Let's keep this on. And we change the status to 720p medium. Typo. So yeah, this is 720p medium settings. This is much better, I have to say. Yeah, much smoother. Significantly better, good. And the GPU is maxed out. So fantastic. Let's keep going. I mean, this is 50 to 60 in the middle of the forest. So a lot of foliage, a lot of trees. This is where I was dropping frames. So let's play for a bit with this configuration. This seems to be the ideal configuration for best frame rate. And the game looks better than doing low settings 1080p. So yeah. And this guy is very tired. Tomb Raider and Hitman need more than 4 gigabytes. Yeah, but you can always lower the VRAM use, the texture quality. You can always lower the texture quality, so the VRAM usage will be much lower. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. We have texture quality options for a reason. Is solo player or multiplayer? You can play by yourself or multiplayer. I'll now jump into multiplayer. It was just to not be killed in the middle of the testing. It was to have an idea on what's going on. So let's jump into multiplayer. Unfortunately, my ping to the servers is very high because they are not servers close to my country. For some reason, it's not loading the US servers. Give me 1 second. Here. So 7 players. Let's jump into that one. Now 20 players. Oh, this is full. Yeah, that server was full. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta change this. Yeah, let's keep it there. Then next, let's put some boxing skills because I want to know how to fight, running, endurance, some awareness, survival, camouflage, and stealth. Alright, let's start. Is your GPU overclocked yet? It's the superclocked version, but it's a very small overclock. So yeah, I would say this is very close to stock settings, but you can manage much higher overclocks, and it failed to connect. How wonderful. That's absolutely perfect. So let me try it again. They had some problems with the servers that they fixed with a patch, it seems. But yeah, for some reason I cannot connect to the servers. Yeah, there's nothing here. Nothing. Let me turn off the game. I'm turning back on. That usually helps. Give me 1 second, guys. It says out of range because I'm back into the desktop. So, yeah. I launched the game again. Once it loads, it will show up in the screen. Sorry about that, guys. I'll read comments in the meantime. Oh, Hitman Ultra. Yeah, you're right then. Yeah, Hitman Ultra uses more than 3 gigs for sure. More than 4 gigs. Sorry. I just read your comment out of context, so it makes sense. Okay, so the game is about to launch. And it's in a windowed mode. Okay. So now we're back into the game. Let's give it a try to multiplayer once again. So we have a lot of servers. None of them had good ping to my region, but that's alright. Let's connect to them anyways. We don't care. Yeah. That's fine. Randomize. I don't really care too much. I'm not playing this seriously. Why don't you stream using GTX 1063GB? Because the 1050 Ti is more requested. I will do a live stream today testing Insurgency Sandstorm using a 1050 Ti, 1060 and 750 Ti. So we'll have 3 GPUs tested today. But yeah, please try Rise of the Tomb Raider. I already did many times. You can find the videos in my channel. Yeah, just like Uragan 5 says, it's already on the channel. Alright, so I'm finally into the game. Now this is a server, so this is online play. And there's a high ping to the server, as usual. None of the servers are close to my country ever, especially from new games, early access. So yeah, I have like 200 milliseconds of ping. That's alright. I can still see the performance at least. Oh yeah, it seems very similar to what I was testing a second ago, offline. So yeah, before this I was testing without going into a multiplayer match. It wasn't a server, it was a custom local game. It was to not be killed by other players where I was changing settings and all that, or to lose connection with the server. That usually happens in online games. When I try to change settings, the server thinks that I timed out or something. Oh yeah, it's pretty similar. As you can see, a lot of trees, a lot of foliage. 720p medium means 50 to 60 frames per second, with some stutters every now and then. Not sure why it's that. And the VRAM usage is rising a lot, so I'm probably going to run out of VRAM. But I should have enough RAM to compensate, at least. Yeah, I can already see it. So don't do maximum textures, do high or medium. I think it was high textures, yeah. I mean, look at the VRAM usage now, it's like, yes, 4 gigabytes. Alright. Good stuff. One card may be hotter than the other, so it isn't clocking the same. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can, if you overclock it without touching the power, I don't remember the name of this. Man, my mind is blank right now. Never mind. Sometimes when you do overclocking, you won't get massive boosts in core clock, despite changing that option. That's due to what he's saying, that NVIDIA has a technology, the Turbo Boost, the GPU Boost, I think is 3.0 now. So depending on many things, including temperature, it changes the core clock dynamically. So if the card runs cooler, it should have higher clock speed on the core clock. and that's very helpful, but sometimes it can be a little difficult to maintain it stable while overclocking. Thank you for the info, bros. Thanks to everybody for helping. I cannot read everything, so that's very useful. Thank you, guys. And yeah, that game likes VRAM. Agreed. A lot of VRAM. And I didn't find any house just yet, so I'm just running around mindlessly. Hey, when are you going to do tests with i5-8400 and a 1080? I'm not. I'm not going to test a 1080. I have the 1080 Ti, yeah, but that's not meant to do tests on the channel. Maybe CPU comparisons, to compare a CPU to another, to avoid the GPU being the bottleneck. But that was the plan when I bought it. Plus I use it to render videos. Instead of rendering a video in 25 minutes, it takes me 8 with the 1080 Ti. So yeah, it's a big advantage to me to render videos in like less than 10 minutes, even if they are 30 minutes long. But I'm not going to do a performance video for a 1080 Ti. I don't think it makes much sense, at least in my channel. The 1063GB and 6GB I think have different stock clocks. I think the 1063GB had a little higher clocks, but it wasn't a huge difference. Still, the 1063GB and 6GB are not the same card, actually. The 3GB is a slightly cut down version of the 1060, but it has half the VRAM as well, so you're getting like 10% less performance plus half the VRAM. It's not only half the VRAM, which sucks. It's misleading, but it's still enough, I guess. Witcher 3 doesn't use much VRAM. I hope Cyberpunk 3 hours is enough. We'll see. That game is long ways off, Cyberpunk. I cannot find anywhere. Yeah, nothing. Not houses. I just ended up in the middle of the forest. Okay, I'm over there. Let's go to A1. A1 seems to have some houses there. Unfortunately, this guy gets tired very quickly, and I understand. Yeah, Cyberpunk will be very demanding, but it's long ways off, still. ¿Qué características tiene mi PC personal? Ryzen 5 1600 y una 1080 Ti. Lo uso más que nada para render y eso, y tal, como la puse para jugar también, aprovecho. Y 16 GB de RAM. Silicon Lottery. Yeah, that's about overclocking. Yeah, the Silicon Lottery has an impact on that too. Even if you have the same card as me, it won't overclock the same, probably. If you got like a golden sample, you might get higher clock speed with the same card. But I might have, I don't know, one that doesn't overclock well at all. It's very variable. Hello Alexa 199771. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hi, someone from Russia. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's in Russian, I guess. But welcome to the stream. I bet there will be a third-person mod for Cyberpunk. Yeah, probably. But it will look kinda weird. Thanks, Spam Loco. Thank you for your kind words. CPU and GPU usage is high. Yes, at least the game uses the resources. But in some parts it went like to 4 gigs of VRAM usage. So that's concerning. The CPU usage is very high, I agree, and there's nothing going on pretty much here. It's only foliage. But there are other players doing stuff in the game, I guess. There's supposed to be more than 10 players in this map. In this server, sorry. Is this game more single-threaded or multi-threaded? I'm not sure, but it's using all the cores. Not sure how it will scale up with 6 cores or something like that. But right now it seems to be using all the threads just fine. I mean, if you compare this with a slower quad-core CPU, it will of course be worse, especially if you're targeting 60. But it's very GPU bound as well. This is Unreal Engine 4. I didn't know that when I asked for this game. So it has the usual problems with Unreal Engine 4 games. There's a person over there. And I don't have any loot. He's probably going to kill me. That's alright. Oh, you can cut. No, you cannot. Let's rest a little bit so I can prepare. I don't have a microphone on that PC, so I won't be able to talk. Let's just walk to the place. Let's go with a chill attitude. Nothing there. Is this PC good enough to play Civilization 6 on max settings? I never played that game, so I cannot say. I don't know how it performs. I should have played that, but I didn't. Magnifying glass. Okay, why would I want a magnifying glass? Ah, that's fine. If you want to stretch your CPU at max, play Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, of course. I already did. I was impressed when I tested that on a Ryzen 7 1700. It was using over 75% of the CPU in Alexandria. I never saw a game use 75% of a Ryzen 7 1700. I was tripping when I saw that. Can that fulfill be turned off? In the game itself, I don't think so. There's only, whoa, the lag. There's only an option to put it on medium or high. So there's probably not a way right now to turn the depth of field off. But maybe if you took a config file, there's an option there. I don't know. I guess I'll find out soon enough. Oh, there's someone over here. I can hear him. Yeah, there's a guy in this building. This is probably going to kill me through a wall or something. Yeah, it's behind the wall. Hello. Whoosh. Oh man, I feel so powerful. Look at the lag. Yeah, I'm playing with 200 milliseconds of ping, so it was bound to be laggy, but it's still very funny. Okay, my stamina's back. Whoa. Oh man. My ping hates me. We cannot hit each other. I don't know how I'm hitting him. Oh man, this is hilarious. I love it. Oh gee. More stamina. I feel like this is Dark Souls now. Okay, got him. Oh man. This is going to hurt. Oh man. The stamina of my character is... Yeah, but he has an axe and I only have my fists. And I have a very high ping to the server, so that's not helpful at all. Oh man. The lag. Of course, this is not the PC's fault. This is the fault of the server because I'm very far from the server. 200 milliseconds of ping. And well, this game is in early access as well. So yeah, not very convenient, I have to say. Okay. Come on, come on. Oof. I hope he doesn't kill me. Alright, come on. Come on, teleporting guy. I'm not sure if I'm actually hitting him. I died. Okay. But that was that was pretty funny. So either way. Brazil doesn't get server. No, it doesn't seem like it. But okay, don't play this with a lot of latency to the server. As you can see, it has catastrophic effects. But yeah, crazy lag fight, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Okay. So yeah, I would say play this at 720p medium if you have a 1050 Ti. So far, that's what I can recommend. Because if not, you're playing the game at 30 frames per second and it's very difficult to control, at least as of right now. And if you live in South America like me, I don't recommend getting this game. The latency to the servers is pretty high, and the closest server we have is in the USA, and I have like 170 milliseconds there, so it's not that different to what I'm experiencing in this server with the lag fight and all that. Hopefully if they put a server in Brazil or some of those places, we can play with less lag, but as of right now it lags a lot because I'm very far from the server. It has nothing to do with performance, of course. The performance will be the same no matter where you live, but yeah. Estaba diciendo en inglés que este juego tiene servidores en Estados Unidos. Si vivís en Sudamérica va a ser muy difícil, hay mucho lag porque estás muy lejos de los servidores. Así que yo no recomendaría jugar a esto hasta que haya servidores en Brasil o algún lugar de esos. I said the same as I said in English just now about the servers, but in Spanish, so people can understand what's going on. But yeah. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z fight scene. Exactly. That's what this is about. You completely nailed it. Bueno, ¿qué tal va el SCUM con 1050 gráficas? Las calidades gráficas. Mi cerebro. Talking in Spanish and English at the same time can destroy your brain, so be careful. It's very hard to talk in two languages at the same time. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to process my languages. ¿Cómo va el SCUM con 1050 Ti calidad de gráficos que tenés? En 720p medio va entre 50 y 60 fps. Y en 1080p va a 30 en alto. Al mínimo va a 45. I was saying in Spanish that... what was the name of this? I was saying in Spanish that the game at 720p medium runs at 50 to 60 frames per second with some stutters. On 1080p we're getting on high settings 30 frames per second with some drops. On medium it's very similar. On very low we get something close to 40-45, but it drops below 40 sometimes. And that was about it. But yeah, there's definitely a memory leak. I'm not sure. I don't know how to know that for sure. I'll be more sure if the RAM was maxed out. It's very close to that. Sorry about that. But yeah, it seems like it. I mean, it's early access, it's online. It has many things going for it. So I can understand all the issues that it can run into, to be honest. So I'm not surprised this is happening. I was actually expecting significantly worse. I wasn't even expecting to hit 50 to 60 anytime soon, even by lowering the resolution, but here we are. So yeah, el objetivo es sobrevivir. O sea, y hay otros jugadores al mismo tiempo, es como que mantenés el personaje en el servidor. I believe GTA 5 had a memory leak, used a lot of RAM over there. I didn't run into memory leaks with GTA 5, so maybe they fixed it, not sure. The online mode though, I had some performance issues on the online. And I'm trying to reach those houses over there. It's taking me a while. But yeah, let's keep going in a straight line. How much FPS will I get with i5 4460, 8 GB of RAM and GTX 1052 GB? I don't expect 60 frames per second. You have to use the lowest quality textures because this game is using a ton of VRAM. And if the game uses that much VRAM even on low textures, I'll consider having more than 8 GB of RAM, because some people are saying this game has a memory leak. It probably has, but I'm not 100% sure. So it's probably going to be like 5 FPS less, 5 to 10 FPS less, plus you have to use the lowest quality textures to not run out of VRAM. And the i5 should be enough to be over 30 frames per second, at least. But yeah, my recommendation on that one is 720p, like I'm doing here. But don't expect frame rate as smooth as this one. We're over 50, but on the 1052 GB, I don't expect a huge difference. I mean a huge decrease, maybe 5 FPS or 8, something like that. Is this Battle Royale? No, it's not. This is a survival game. You have to survive as long as possible, and there are more players going around. And this is sort of a simulation. Let me see. As you can see, there are many stats here, a lot of stuff here. As you can see, yeah, you can play simulation as much as you want here. Even the nutrition can be monitored. So yeah, kind of insane. And here it dropped very low. For some reason my GPU usage dropped like a brick. Now we're getting yeah, I don't know what's over here, but there's something here that dropped my GPU usage. Okay, the GPU usage is back. Maybe the monitoring tools did that when I opened the inventory. No, this is not Full HD, this is 720. I tried Full HD and it was significantly worse. Have the money to buy RX 580 4GB, how much FPS boost will I get than this? I don't know how AMD cards run this game. Usually Unreal Engine 4 titles run better on NVIDIA GPUs, but you never know, maybe this is an exception. Right now I would say that, I don't know, if this game is running as expected on the RX 580 compared to NVIDIA, you're getting better results than this for sure. It's a faster card than this, the RX 580. What is that sound? I'll crank up the volume a little bit. Okay. Okay. Not sure what this is all about. I just jump into Horizon Zero Dawn, I think. Kinda weird. Sadly, all graphics cards are not created equal. Yeah, that's a problem. Sadly and happily, I would say. It's a double-edged sword. And I cannot open this door for some reason. Open. And I'm afraid this is going to kill me or something. I'll loot a little bit and try it out. Let's see what happens. I cannot open doors. Oh, okay, I know why there was a problem. I got disconnected from the server. So yeah, that was why I couldn't open doors or just interact with anything at all. Oh man, that's very disappointing. Let's go back to this server. Now this is not the server I was playing at. Okay. That's frustrating. It seems like everybody in the server lost connection. As you can see, there are no players in the server anymore. So something happened to that server. That's fine. Let's jump into another server then. This one at least has 176 of ping, much better instead of 225. Let's put it random. Next, random. So randomize my character. There he is. Santiago, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo ves a Cavani? Lo veo con mucho dinero y cazando jabalíes. Be careful with this mech, they are ruthless. Thanks for the advice, I didn't know. Is it like Rust or 7 Days to Die? I didn't play 7 Days to Die, so I don't know. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be lagging on the 1050 Ti, but that's alright. We still have our friends and families. Performance difference, not worth it. Let me see the comment. $100 difference between 1063 gigs and 6 gigs in my country. Will you buy the 6 GB version? I'll probably get the 3 GB version in that case, but we don't know for how long it will last with 3 gigs of VRAM. If you're fine with lowering textures, I would say it's worth it, but you're getting like a 10 FPS less, well, a hit of 10 FPS compared to the 1066 GB, so there's 10% less FPS overall, but you have to lower the texture quality. If having those improvements in the 6 gigs version is worth $100 to you, then go for it. But if not, just go for the 3 gigs version. It will last longer to get the 6 gigabytes, of course. But as always, we don't have infinite money, so there's something to consider. Okay, let's see. Over here there seems to be some kind of tarmac. Let's go for that. You should make ESMR. I don't know how to make ESMR. ASMR, sorry, ESMR doesn't exist. Yeah, my pronunciation. Jesus. Is it playable with these settings? Yes, of course. It's very smooth with these settings. The thing is that you need to have good latency to the server. So I have 170 milliseconds as a minimum. Ah man, that stutter. That was insane. Those big stutters happen every now and then. But yeah, if you have a good connection to the servers, it should be much better when fighting someone or something like that. There's someone running over there. So we're heading to the same place. He's probably going to kill me with lag, but that's fine. How will you rate this game from 1 to 10? Kind of hard because I'm not really sure how playing this game feels. It seems to be something that I need to invest more time at, but unfortunately due to the high latency to the servers, I cannot properly play the game. So I think I'm not giving it a fair chance with that. If I had good latency to the servers, probably it would be better. But I'm not the simulation kind of guy with the games. So I think that rating the game will be inappropriate with only an hour of play. But for what I've played right now, I wouldn't continue playing this. I'm not having a good experience with the connection, the fighting, the looting is very slow. I'm just not into simulation, so I'm not a good person to ask that question to. $40, send help. What? I don't get that. I am a huge fan. Please shout out my name. Your name is Sis Hassan. Okay. Check Sis Hassan's channel. I don't know what he's making. Just follow him there in the chat. Is his name. If you want to check it out. I'm not sure what you're making in your channel. Stop spamming the same thing in chat. Well, how to time you out, please. Expecting a perfectly optimized Cyberpunk or just another burden on CPUs and GPUs? Well, it's hard to tell because people ask for very good graphics, a lot of systems in a game, open world, but then they complain about performance. And sometimes it's hard to see if it's optimization or if the game is demanding. I would say CD Projekt Red has had very bad PC ports in the past, PC versions. But with Witcher 2, Witcher 1 and all that. But Witcher 3 was pretty good. The game looked insanely good in my opinion, and it performed decently. So hopefully Cyberpunk runs well. But it's in very early stages of development, so it's hard to tell right now. But it had very low resolution shadows in the demo, so it seems that they are at hard work with it right now. But yeah, usually that's the problem. The problem is to find out, it's very difficult to find out at first if the game is unoptimized, if it's performing bad, or if it's demanding. In this case, I just say early access in the case of this game. Usually with online survival games like this, there's not good performance at first. I have not much else to show you about this game, unfortunately. I think I covered what had to be covered in the woods and all that. The woods are usually demanding because of the amount of foliage and all that. So this shouldn't be that more demanding. And it doesn't seem to be, as you can see. And the robot is going to destroy me. Leave this area immediately? No. Oh god. That was a bad decision. Alright, let's hide. We load at the same time, of course. This is a small spade. Nope. Alright, whatever. Are you streaming? Are you using NDI streaming for no performance loss? NDI? I never used that. What do you mean by NDI? I'm using OBS with the NVIDIA encoder. That's probably what you mean, the NVIDIA encoder, right? And I'm doing the stream on a separate PC. So I'm not streaming with the same PC as I'm playing the game. I'm using a separate computer. So yeah. Okay, I think I dodged a bullet there. Let's get away from here. Oh, there's another one over there. G4560 is better because of single core performance. In which case, oh, you mean versus the FX 6300? Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, the FX processors had lower single-threaded performance. That didn't help. But if you overclocked them in the past, it was pretty good. A scope? No items, but there's a scope. And I cannot grab it. MP5 magazine, yes please. Yeah, I don't need a scope. I don't even have a gun. The scope again. A magazine for an AK. Yeah, but where are the guns? Minute gun. Oh, nice. A backpack. Okay, now this got interesting. This is a lot better now, I have to say. Nothing found. Now I get why the robots are just trying to kill me. Some ammunition. It definitely looks like PUBG and it's optimized identically. PUBG runs a lot better. Finally a weapon. PUBG runs significantly better than this, I have to say. Okay, this got significantly more interesting. Let me see. Taking hands. Alright. Getting the hang of it. Oh, I forgot the frame rate counter. Sorry about that. I believe 1080p performance was significantly worse. Yes, it was worse. No doubt about it. There we go. Alright. Riot best, and this is police riot best, doesn't matter. Alright. I think I have no bullets. No, I don't. Convenience. Nothing here. Oh, an AKM. Good stuff. In the holster. And this is another AK-47. Oh, an AK-47. This is a different gun. My bad. It is. I don't think it fits in my backpack. Okay, good. Yeah, I was sure it was a different gun. I love when games differentiate accurately. Shotgun shells. 90% of this game is running walking to search for stuff. Yeah, of course. I'm not into that. But hey, whatever. I'm just showing you the performance. Okay, it says I have 30. I have no bullets. This won't fit that. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I don't even know how to. I have no bullets for this. Oh man, I find weapons, but not the bullets. Convenience. SPD. Yeah, SPD bullets. This is for SPD as well. This is for 5.6. Yeah, I need another caliber. Oh yeah, I'm not into this stuff. That's alright. But you asked for it, so here it is. Let's holster the weapon. I said holster the weapon. No. That's alright. Oh yeah, this game is pure looting. Some people like that, I guess. M9, shotgun, ammunition box. So many things. Oh, this is for the AK. I put it here, then over here. Nope. Rockstar wants to actually make money first so they can release it on PC. Yeah. Well, I hope they release it on PC. What games are you looking forward to? I can't wait for Psycho and Cyberpunk. Well, same. I'm also looking forward to Hitman 2. I feel like I'm in 2002 again. But yeah, that one seems interesting. More of the Hitman formula that I really enjoy. So yeah, looking promising. What other game? Okay, finally I can use this on the AK. Let's put this here. I don't think I have a magazine for it. Yes, okay, I can put one bullet in the chamber. Oh man, I don't even have a magazine. Let me see if I do. Where's the robot? Come on, Max. Oh god. Yeah, that was a very bad idea. But I was about to end the stream anyways. I think I've saw enough. It wasn't what I was expecting, but that's fine. Some people might enjoy simulation plus PvP plus looting. The settings are shown at the right of the webcam, 720p medium. So yeah, what happened with the performance? I was doing something close to 1080p because the game, due to my capture card, didn't do perfectly, unfortunately. So I had to use something close to 1080p through the config file. And that meant that ultra settings was below 30, then medium settings was over 30 with some drops every now and then. Then the lowest settings was between 35 and 45 FPS. It depends on where I was. Then unfortunately I couldn't force 900p, again the capture card thing. The game just forces the one resolution for the capture card, so I cannot go over that or something in the middle. So, but 720p works fine. And at 720p I was using, if I use highest settings, I was at 30 frames per second, over 30. But a lot of drops here and there, kind of not smooth, to say it in some way. And then for medium settings, it was significantly smoother. It was over 50 frames per second most of the time, with some drops into the 40s when, I don't know, what something was going on with the server. Unfortunately, changing the settings sometimes, in some cases, like 1080p, it didn't make a huge performance difference, like 10 FPS more. On 720p was like 20 FPS more. So yeah, my recommendation here, if you want to play this game at this state, it will be to play at 720p medium, to have the smoother frame rates, over 50, and to have a good distance, a small distance from the server. So if you live in the US, this should be working fine for the server connectivity and all that. It shouldn't be laggy on the server. The performance, I'm not talking about performance there, I'm talking about the server latency. Since I live in South America, I'm very far away from the US and Europe, so my latency will be like over 180 milliseconds. So yeah, if you have 50 milliseconds of latency to the server, it should be much better, especially when fighting other people. As you could see, the laggy fight I had a moment ago, like 20 minutes ago. So yeah, my recommendation here, just live close to a server or wait for a server to be opened close to you. I'm waiting for Brazilian servers to do my videos for this, because this is not a good representation, I guess. The performance shouldn't be affected. We'll see what we do with this game. But as of right now, I feel like simulation plus survival plus PvP, it should be good, I guess. I don't actually play survival stuff, but it has a lot of performance issues. There are some big stutters, and people are talking about a lot of disconnecting from servers, problems with that. So I would say just wait for it to be more polished. This is early access. So yeah, If you live far away from the servers, I cannot recommend it for that only reason. And on the performance side, if you're fine with 720p medium settings, you can do over 50 frames per second on that 1050 Ti. But yeah, not much else to say. This is SCUM. This video is going to probably be demonetized. I can already see it. It's probably already demonetized, this live stream. That's alright. A lot of people asked me to show them the game, so here it is. You just bought an RTX 2080. Well, good for you. I hope it runs much better than the 1080 Ti. Labix gameplay. Hello, I'm about to leave, so you just arrived at the end of the stream. Anyway guys, stay tuned for... I'll do another live stream in a couple hours, probably. Just in Insurgency Sandstorm. That's another game coming out next month, yeah. We have a beta that it has a lot of improvements over the previous beta, allegedly. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll be testing Insurgency with a lot of cards. It will be 3 cards. To me, that's a lot of cards in a single live stream. But yeah. Anyways. Let me read a couple extra comments. I see why it's such a beautiful game now. It's only 20. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's an opinion. And I'm not into these kinds of games, so I cannot really know. But to me, it's not a game I would play, personally. So if you're not into survival stuff and simulation, I wouldn't get it. That's pretty much the point of the game. And I'm not into that. So yeah, keep that in mind. Do you think the i5 4460 is good? It should be good enough. I would spare a couple extra frames, no, a few extra frames over the GeForce 560 in most cases. It depends on how the game uses a CPU, but it can be quite bad in some games. Anyways, gotta go guys. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments in my videos. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. But yeah, this is demonetized due to the word scam over it, probably. But yeah. How much FPS on the 1060 i5 8400? Probably 10 or 15 FPS more. I wouldn't expect a lot more than that. It needs a lot of work. See, so do I. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching and see you in a couple hours on Insurgency. Bye bye. Nos vemos. Hasta luego. Bye bye bye.